Hi Justin, thank you for your proposal to address the current financial situation Hansted Bremen finds itself in. Firstly, I think you summed up the city's current position well. You made a good point that there would be clear benefits to the city with a 5-year grant, which would allow the city to restructure its finances gradually and hopefully not excessively burdening taxpayers or adversely affecting the economy or service delivery, both of which would be a political risk to the federal government, which you recognised in your proposal. I also support your point that a gradual transition allows more time for cost reduction strategies to be implemented and the benefits realised. In regard to the specific elements of your strategy, I agree that tax increases are inevitable, and I thought you made a good point about ensuring these focused on citizens with high incomes and high-value residential property holdings. However, I would want to be confident that tax imposts on citizens in the high income brackets do not result in significant flow-on impacts on the less wealthy and socially disadvantaged citizens. I liked your point about not subjecting commercial property to a large tax burden to reduce the impact on the city's economy, although this needs to be thought through very carefully. I agree that increases to transactional fees and charges within the city can be raised, as can fines, although fines are non-exchange transactions. I also support your proposal to implement improved resource management practices, including a 2-year hiring freeze. I think this will be something that would be expected by taxpayers. In terms of reducing costs, I agree with investigating outsourcing non-core service delivery and on reducing the cost of goods and services and suppressing demand for services. However, I note you acknowledge that this will take some time to implement. I also support the retention of social benefit services over the period to protect the city's most vulnerable. Nevertheless, I would suggest these services are also reviewed to ensure they are being provided efficiently and effectively. I note your overall approach to make the majority of your proposed changes to revenue in years 1 and 2 to hopefully capitalise on the limited goodwill of the electorate. Whilst this is a good political strategy, I also think you need to be mindful of citizens getting offside at the beginning of such significant restructuring process. I think you've managed this risk well by scaling back revenue measures to more modest levels or CPI once the benefits from outsourcing and cost reduction come online. I like your plan to return to surplus before the grant expires, which will assist the city in paying down its debt sooner and reducing future interest costs. I would just caution about reducing the city's deficit too quickly and impacting on citizens unduly. Lastly, I agree the city performed well in taxation revenue, and I acknowledge it needs to look to improving revenue from investment income and address high personnel costs. Overall, I think you presented a compelling and well thought through case, demonstrating the city can capitalise on the flexibility afforded by the 5-year grant and in return provide significant improvement to the city's financial situation. I can confirm you will receive the grant. Thank you.